Hello again. Mr. Beal back with you again to do another social story, social skills lesson. We're talking about emotional management. So, managing our emotions, controlling our emotions, identifying the emotions, and also identifying what the emotions cause. So, they might cause us to have feelings in other parts of our body like sweaty palms or fast heartbeat or maybe a headache or a tummy ache. So they're causing us to feel things in other places, and also sometimes it might cause us to do things that are unsafe, like hitting or yelling or shutting down and refusing to do anything, things like that. So we're going to talk about emotional management and how to control it. So I want to start to go with a game again. I'm trying to do this a little bit, so it'd be fun to have you and whoever's with you to do a little game. And here's how it works. It's a brain building game, and I want you guys to find a YouTube video with a fun, like, upbeat dance song, okay? And I want you to dance to the song, and so when you play the song, you're going to dance to it a little bit, and then whoever has the phone is going to pause the song, and right when it's paused, I want you to put a face on, so like a sad face like this. And then when you do the sad face, then I want you to come up with a time about when you felt sad and what made you feel sad. And where did you feel your sad feelings? Maybe you felt them in your brain, or maybe you felt them in your heart, things like that. So you're going to find a fun dance video song, you're going to press play on it, and then whoever has it's going to pause it, and then you're going to put a face on, like a big happy smiley face. When was the last time, or what caused you to feel happy? When was the last time you felt it, and what caused it? And where did you feel your happiness? Maybe you felt it in your heart, maybe you felt it in your head, things like that. So maybe you're gonna pause the video and you'll be a mad face like this. Okay, if you do that, think about a time when you felt mad. What made you feel mad, and where did you feel it in your body? So those are the things I really want you to think about when you play the game. So, the steps to play the game: find a fun dance song, play it for a little bit, dance a little bit, pause it, put a weird face, or not a weird face, put an emotional face on your face, like a happy or sad or angry, something like that, and put it on there, and then talk about a time when you experienced it, and then do it again. Play the video, and then the next person takes a turn. So, hope that makes sense. Hope you guys can try it and make it a little fun activity. So, with that, we're going to jump right into our lesson. Now, again, I always start with showing you a picture and having you make some kind of a hypothesis about it, what is going on in the situation, and then also have you look at the person's feelings as well. So, go ahead. I'm going to bring the picture up, take a look at the picture, and then tell me what is happening. Go ahead. Okay, I hope you paused the video and you're able to get a good look at the picture. Now I want you to pause the video again, and you're going to talk about what the person is feeling. Again, these are all guesses. You're not supposed to know what's happening already. It's just making a hypothesis or a guess about what's happening. Okay, I hope you paused the video and you were able to kind of get a good picture of what's going on. So, with that, just like the game you played, hopefully, that dance game where you danced and then made an emotion with it, hopefully you can connect that to this story. So, this is Mateo, and he is about to take a big, long math test. You can kind of see it in the picture. The teacher is handing him the math test, and he knows he's about to take it. And immediately he starts feeling what? I hope you made a good hypothesis about what he's feeling. When I look at his face, I'm being a social spy, and I see his eyes look very big. So they look like they don't look like happy eyes. I also look at his lips, and I don't see a smiling face. I see his hand on his chin, but I look at his eyes, and his eyes are the thing that tell me really what he's feeling. He looks kind of worried. Or another word you might hear is anxious. Have you ever heard of those words? Worried and anxious? They're very similar. They're connected to fear. And when we feel afraid or scared, or we feel fear, sometimes it might cause us to feel maybe clammy hands, maybe a fast heartbeat, maybe get a headache or a tummy ache. Maybe we want to shut down and just say, oh, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do this. It can cause us to have feelings in different parts of our body and make us do things that maybe are not safe or inappropriate. So, again, we're thinking about how Mateo feels. It looks like he feels anxious, scared, worried, something like that. Okay? Because taking a test can make anyone feel nervous or anxious. Now, I won't be able to see you, but raise your hand if you think anxious is an uncomfortable feeling. Now, I said uncomfortable. Comfortable is something that we like and feels good. Uncomfortable makes us feel uneasy and makes us kind of feel icky inside. Do you think anxious is a comfortable, happy feeling or uncomfortable, icky feeling? Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, I hope you paused. Anxious is kind of an icky feeling. It's okay to feel anxious, but when you're really anxious, your body may feel uncomfortable. Now, if you look at this picture, you can see, again, looking at Mateo's eyes, he is feeling very uncomfortable. His hands are getting sweaty, his face is getting hot, and his heart is beating quickly. Think of a time you felt really anxious. Now pause the video and think about that. I hope you paused the video and you're able to discuss. What was it like for you when you felt anxious? You don't need to say what happened, but maybe you can raise your hand on the other end over there, and when you hear how your body felt. Maybe your face got really hot. Maybe your heart was racing. Maybe you had sweaty palms. Maybe your stomach was achy. Maybe your legs felt wobbly. That's what feelings can do. It can make our body feel things and do things in us. And then sometimes when you have strong feelings, it's hard for your brain to think. Now, you've seen this before. Imagine your brain is like your hand, and here is your thinking brain, and here is your feeling brain. Now, when our thinking brain is on top, our brain is able to take in information. We can hear things from the teacher, and then we can do what the teacher says. We can hear things from our parents, and we can do what they say. We can read something in a book, and we can remember it when our thinking brain is happening. When our emotional brain is happening, we flip our lid because our emotions are in control. Now remember, your thinking brain is up and it's called the frontal lobe. It's the front part of your brain, and it's kind of all up here in the top part, and it's where you really remember and process information. It goes in your ears, into your brain, and around back to the frontal lobe to remember. Now, down here and into here, this area, this is kind of like your feeling part of your brain. And when your feeling part of your brain is so strong, you flip your lid. You can feel anxious, worried, sweaty palms, tummy ache, things like that, that don't help you think clearly. Now, imagine when you get a test and then you flip your lid. Do you think you're going to be able to take your test very well if your emotions win and they control you and your emotions go boom and they explode? Do you think that you're going to be able to take a test and do it well? Pause the video and guess. I hope you paused. I don't think they really will. I don't think we can take a test when we have strong emotions, because our brain can't think because our emotions are in control. Okay? So, that's one thing we need to remember. When you have strong feelings, it's hard for your brain to think. So, pretend your hand is Mateo's brain. Everybody put your hand up like this. This is Mateo's brain. Here's his thinking brain. Here's his feeling brain. Now, just like this, look at the picture again. Look at his eyes. What do you think is happening? Right now, the feeling part of his brain, boom, is in control, right? It's overflowing with anxious thoughts and worry, right? And he is not in the thinking part of his brain, and he is losing control, okay? He needs to focus attention on his body for clues for how he's feeling. Remember, we talked about in the thinking brain and the emotional brain, we talked about our triggers. What makes us have our strong emotions? What causes our emotions to make us not think clearly? And that could be maybe someone talking loud. That could be someone teasing you. That could be someone distracting you. That could be someone being silly. That could be, or you could be doing it to yourself by getting all worried when you see a test or things like that. Or maybe it is just schoolwork. You just think of schoolwork and you automatically are you're in your emotional brain. Okay, and we need to manage that. And so let's think about what Mateo could do to calm down. Okay, so I want you to pause the video, look at Mateo, and think about what he could do to calm down. Okay, I hope you were able to pause, and I want to talk to you about how to calm down. Now, when we have strong emotions and we know what triggers us, things like a test, things like being teased, things like people being silly around us, things like loud noises and distractions. If those things cause us to have strong feelings where our emotional brain makes us flip our lid, then we need to take control of that again. And we do that by saying, okay, I need to stop. I need to take a break. So in my classroom, there's a special calm down area with a take a break chair in it. Maybe you could have that in your home. Maybe you could take a break somewhere in your home and sit there and take some deep breaths. It's important to do that. If you can sit and take some deep breaths, and you can even, maybe it's just sitting there in the take a break chair for a longer time. Maybe sitting there for 3 to 5 minutes and just sitting quiet, not talking to anybody, not getting distracted, just stopping. And when you sit and take a break, then name your feeling. I feel worried. I feel anxious. I feel mad. And it could feel it for whatever reason. I feel mad because someone teased me. I feel worried because I have a math test, like Mateo, right? Or I have homework I have to do and I feel behind. I haven't turned it in. So we can feel anxious. We take a break because you're not going to get your work done in a calm way or in a successful, good way if you are not calm. So we have to be calm. So we go, we stop, we name our feeling, or we take a break, we name our feeling, and then we use something like self-talk. Okay. And one good way to use it would be to close your eyes and say, I'm going to do one assignment. I'm going to do one thing. And then you tell yourself, one thing I'm going to get done. And that will help you be able to get your assignment done. Taking one question at a time and taking deep breaths throughout it and maybe saying self-talk throughout it. Say, okay, I'm going to do one more question now. And then I'm going to do one more question. And you just take it one time at a time, taking deep breaths as you go and reminding yourself that you can stay calm and you can do it. We don't have to be controlled by our emotions. We can use deep breaths and self-talk and control our emotions. You can do it. You can. All right. Have a wonderful day.